Hello, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. This is your fellow Nigerian as usual. As a matter of fact, we are going to be looking at the Nigerian airport ranking. According to the new report that just came out from Africa, that the Nigerian top 3 airports are the worst ranked airports in Africa. As a matter of fact, the study was conducted by the Guide to Sleeping Airport and has named Tiri Nigeria International Airport as the worst in Africa. Okay? When you look at the Nigerian institutions, they are one of the worst in Africa. You look at the Nigerian road, the worst in Africa. You look at the Nigerian, democracy, most corrupt democracy, I would say, in the world. And not even to talk about Africa. Okay, so you look at the Nigerian electricity, they don't even know if there's anything like that. As a matter of fact, every Nigerian citizen has to provide everything for themselves. If it's possible, they will have to build airport for themselves because there's no government. The people that are running that country are people who, I would say, never to do with citizens of that country. People who were engaging in occultism or occult practices in the campuses, in the universities in Nigeria, and they were driven out. They never made it. That is why you see that they turn to politics. They are affiliated with those police also, those guys who later enter into the police force and became policemen and women. These are the same type of people that were thrown out from the Nigerian universities. They never did well, so they had to come into the politics to be intimidating people and to be oppressing the Nigerian citizens. And that is why I say time and time and again, the Nigerian leaders, I will call it political leaders, that they are the least intelligent, least intellectual Nigerian citizens. To the extent that because this thing, it has taken so long time that the citizens of that country, Nigeria, became accustomed to that way of life. When you are under oppression for so long time now, you will say, if you can't beat them, you join them. That is what is going on. That has been the motto now. So when I will see the choice these leaders are making on behalf of the Nigerians, I would just cry instead of laughing. Okay, because I would say leadership is very important for any nation. Okay, because those decisions has to be made up that will affect. That will affect the people down there in the street or every citizens of that country. So you see, according to this report, the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, ranked the 7th worst airport in Africa. Port Harcourt International Airport ranked 6th. Of course, Lagos International Airport ranked 10. So the top 10 worst airport in Africa, the Nigerian 3 so-called international airport, they are all among. Of course, the rest are Khartoum International Airport from Sudan. Is the first worst there. Kinshasa International Airport, Democratic Republic of Congo, second. Tripoli, because there's war there now, okay? Everything has been destroyed there. Otherwise, there's no way you will have, there's no way the Libyan airport will have been here. Dar es Salaam International Airport, in Tanzania, Launda Airport, that has to do with Angola. Jamina International Airport, Chad, ran 8. Okay, it's even better than the Lagos International Airport. I'm talking about Niger or Chad. I mean Chad. Of course, Accra Kotoka International Airport ranked 9th. Okay, after Ghana Airport, then you have the Lagos Airport. Okay, you see the problem with black people. Okay, but let's go there and see those countries that made it up there. Okay, and actually the whole report or the whole ranking was based on many things. First of all, it has to do with lack of air condition in sweltering climate in Nigeria, general navigational chaos, limited yet expensive restaurant options, questionable effective security processes, that you cannot even think of sleeping in those airports. There's no accommodation, even though there are hotels there. They are too expensive and they are not secure. There's no light. Toilets are not running well. There's not even water to run those toilets. One guy once traveled from South Africa, a Nigerian who has been living in South Africa for so long. He arrived in Murtala Mohammed Airport, and he wanted to, after a long flight, before he exited, actually, he wanted to use the toilet in the Nigeria airport. I'm talking about in Lagos Airport, Murtala Mohammed Airport. And unfortunately, when he arrived there, before he actually entered the toilet, there was a man there who was telling him, look, oh God, there's no water. He was like, I don't need water. I just want to ease myself. Just want to, So, but he didn't understand that the guy was trying to tell him, don't just go there because you don't have water in the airport to flush, in case you defecate there. Until he arrived there, he found out that that toilet has been used. It has not been flushed in days. So that is international airport. You see, that is the mentality that is prevailing today in Nigeria. I was listening to, what they call it. I was listening to one brilliant Nigerian who said when he came to Nigeria, there was a conference, international conference that was held in Abuja. And he was taken to one of the biggest hotels, maybe Nakonoga Hotel in Abuja. And he turned on the shower, and this shower here has so many holes there where the water actually has to come for you to use it to shower. And when he turned on this shower, he turned on the water, I made to say, and let's say there are about 50 little holes there. And he said it was about only 10 or 20 that were working. So there's no way he could have used that thing because this man has been living in Canada for so many years. And he called the security there and said, look, what is going on here? How come these things like this? And he said the man there was very surprised and said, oh God, but it's working. He said, but this is not working. If the manufacturer, perforated about 100 holes there and they are all not working, that it's not working. And this man was just looking at him as if he was just as if his complaint was out of line. I say, oh God, but it's working. You see, and the man lamented and said, and this is one of the most expensive hotel, or the most expensive hotel in Nigeria, and it has been used by so-called Nigerian politicians, ministers, even president and vice president, but they can never see that thing is not working, and that is not the way it's supposed to be, because the mentality there now is so low that things that are not working are considered to be working. You see, if you want to build a report, you see, because when this report actually came out, just as usual, all those guys responsible for whether they're individual, I'm talking about private companies or government, affiliated individuals who are in charge of this airport, they refuted that report and said, no, it's not true. Because, you can't begin to rank airport that has not been completed. They were talking about, of course, the Port Harcourt airport. And then what about the other two? So you can see that kind of stupid Nigerian talk all the time. You can't begin to refute or argue in a report, international report, that rank your airports, 3 Nigerian airports, as the worst airports in Africa. Just because one of those airports has not been completed. That is stupid argument. You see, this is what I'm talking about every time. They have argued that report when it came out last year early this year, about the Nigerian universities, where you talk about those big so-called owned by churches in Lagos or somewhere in, those private universities where Students have to pay exorbitant amount of tuition. And when they rank those universities, we find out that those universities are nothing but primary school. Okay? Because of the low mentality of those people running that country. You see, you cannot build an airport. An airport is like a stadium. It's like, how am I going to say it? It's like bridges where, you have to consult international architect. Okay? That's why when you see, if you, even universities, like institutions, you still need to consult architect. They have to design those things and give it to the builders. Okay, so just like they say where Aso Rock was designed by great designers, and before that Aso Rock was built. So the same way airports, when you talk about international airport coming from Singapore, Tokyo, international airport from Shanghai, of course, and other international airport from Munich, Berlin, or Frankfurt, Heathrow Airport. You see, all these airports, okay, especially the one from Singapore as the best airport in the world. Those airports are not built by individuals who are just hungry bricklayers. Okay, such airport had to be designed by an architect. It could be a foreign architect. It's just like what we saw the other time. This Beijing Olympic, the previous Olympic in Beijing. That stadium, it was a unique stadium, or it is a unique stadium. It was designed by one Frenchman and I think one German. Okay, these people have to be paid exorbitant amount of money to design that stadium, and they gave it to the builders. The Chinese now, they cannot build those things by themselves. So you cannot expect the Nigerian airports to rank where, in terms of international ranking or in terms of African airport ranking. You can't expect Nigerian airport to do well because the mentality of the leaders are so low. They have never been to, I'm talking about institutions that will have to equip them about value. That is why you can see them, when they are shaking hands, I'm going to be dealing with this next time. They will just shake hands carelessly and laugh as if they are just garage boys, okay? Because, they don't know what it is to be responsible. Where you see the whole world leaders today, China is emerging now, okay? They are sending their kids to French institutions to learn how to even shake hands, how to handle spoon, of course, eat in the public, because now they are coming up. They need to be equipped with all those things. Okay, it's a part of civilization. That's why I watch a documentary how the French people have set up a school somewhere in Moscow, teaching the Russians how to handle spoons and how to shake people, how to negotiate business. I mean, come on, you just can't just came out of Lagos somewhere in Aba, somewhere, and went to United Nations somewhere and begin to shake people like a fool. No, come on now. Okay? Because all those things are part of civilization. As a matter of fact, France is where all started. It's called haute couture. Okay? They teach the world how to do all those things. Okay? So, looking at the Nigerian mentality today, I'm talking about the leaders. Is very poor. They thought that Nigerian airport is the best, as they always say, in the world. They would even tell you it's the best in Africa. They would say it's the best in the world. And when those airports went through scrutiny, you will find out that those airports are not even airport. That secondary school somewhere in one of those poorer African countries is even better than those Nigerian airport. So that has been the situation in Nigeria. They will construct anything. They will say it's the best. You will ask anyone living in Nigeria today, they will say Nigerian institutions are the best in Africa. When those institutions were to be chosen or ranked by international bodies, you will find out that they are nothing but secondary school. So let's see those airports that actually do well here. It said that the study also included the list of the best airport in Africa. This included Johannesburg, O.R. Tambo International Airport. Okay. Which is ranked first. Of course, the second one is Cape Town International Airport, South Africa. Second, Durban Kinshasa International Airport, South Africa, ranked third. Then, of course, Alger, I'm talking about Jira now. Huaire Boumediene International Airport is the fourth best airport in Africa. Of course, Addis Ababa, Bolo International Airport, Ethiopia ranked first. Fifth as you see, look at little Ethiopia. Ethiopia they don't have anything but they depend on tea. They export tea. Okay, this is what this country is surviving on. As a matter of fact, I'm not talking about. Let's just forget about South Africa. Okay, because South Africa is built by white people. Let's forget about the Northern Africans, because those people, their mentality is totally different from the mentality of the black Africans. Okay, I'm not going to be dealing with that, because looking at this ranking now, you see that South African airports are the best airports. They say where they dominate the universities in Africa. Those institutions are not built by black people. Okay, then look at Algeria. Which is Algeria. I don't want to deal with that. Let's face Ethiopia here. This is the only country, okay, that is a black country that we find out here as the top 5th best airport in Africa. And this country, little country, Ethiopia, they also have their, very functioning national carrier, which is called Air Ethiopia or Ethiopia Airline. And Nigeria, the biggest country in Africa today, is the Africa's biggest economy. They couldn't have their own national carrier. You see, those are the signs of a failed country. Okay, so South Africa will have failed like that. That's why you see all the whole worst airports in Africa, they are all coming from black countries in Africa. Those water airports you wouldn't find. Why you see that Libya was among, it was because of the war there. Libya is not a country, okay, because today that is a jungle. Definitely the airport is not going to rank well. But if Libya was as before when Muammar Gaddafi was there, definitely it will be among those African best airport. Just like the way you have Algeria there, of course you are going to have Morocco and every Tunisia there. Those are well-functioning countries, even though they don't have oil, apart from Algeria that have gas. But they are well-functioning countries. Okay, but black people have failed over and over again. That is what you see. Even though Nigeria has oil, of course you see another country there that has failed here, which is Angola. They have oil. You have other big countries like Congo. They all fail. The institution also fail. Okay, and it's unfortunate. This is what I want to deal with, because when you have country that's being led by people who has no value, so whatever they will do, whatever they will bring to the people are things that cannot even be appreciated in a normal situation. But for them, that is the highest. Okay, but not that there's no money. You see, I have a problem with what is going on in Nigeria. Why individuals in the government, they could import mambos from Italy to build their own personal houses. They could import the best generator from Japan to power their own personal houses. They could import big Mercedes-Benz and all of that. But they lack the same zeal for their country and for their fellow citizens. That is the curse of the black man. And I'm not under that curse, thank God. That is why I'm saying this. Because those who are under that curse will not see what I'm seeing now. And they are going to rebuke me and say, what are you talking about? Even though, what I'm saying, are things that I read. You see, I'm a realist. I love criticism also, because that's what bring, progress. So for you to build an international airport that will be, that will be vibrant, that will be ranked well, that will be called wonderful airport, you need to have in place. You need to set up goals and say, you see, why Nigeria never have any building that is known in the world and say that is a very powerful building, like the way you have it in Shanghai, in Spain. Of course, there's a lot of architectural building when you go to Madrid and Barcelona and other areas like Valencia. You are going to see architectural building. You go to Paris. You go to London. You're going to see great architecture, because they have gold. These people have gold because they have value. So when you have a nation where you can't even show one bridge, you can't show one big building, one building that is a standing building in Africa, you have a problem. You don't even have a standing institution. You know, you have a problem. What I'm dealing with here now, the problem of Nigeria is the same problem black countries have in Africa. And the only country I'm looking into here now that is going to be great is Kenya. Kenya is the center of innovation right now in Africa, of course, because of their humility. I think if that country was a big country, they would have lead Africa very, very soon. So it's unfortunate what is going on, that the Nigerian airports are the worst performing airports in Africa. They are nothing but a venue to just, exit. There's nothing working there. Okay? As a matter of fact, there are some, when you go to Germany, you see East Berlin train stations. They are even more advanced than a lot of airports around the world. So before you have those things in place, you must be people that have value, people that have vision, so that at the end of the day, people will say, this is what you have done for your country. Okay, that is why the man from Singapore or the man from Malaysia, the man from Malaysia, I made to say, he was called the builder. Of course, the man from Singapore, they said to him, Mr. Yue, and they were the builders of their country. So you don't have that in Nigeria because people just love simplicity. They choose things that they thought is the best in the world, but when you rank it, you see that it's nothing but inferior things that they thought that is the best. So that's the mentality of these people who are with Agbada, these so-called foolish Nigerian politicians that are everywhere. I mean, it's unfortunate. And this is what I want to deal with. Because this is what we are going to be dealing with. I'm a critics. I want to be bringing to you the what Nigeria is lacking, and the position that country is in Africa, of course, in the world. We need to be discussing all these things so that the next generation will be aware of all this, and so that they might work hard. This is what I want to talk about.